you do a lot of visualizations for your show. Is that something that we can expect at the Grand Central next week?
Yeah, it's actually our guitarist Ryan Smith puts all the video projections together for the show, and also they're all performed live, like with foot pedals, different things on stage. It's kind of, it's like another instrument rather than being just like a kind of DVD that we're playing or whatever in the background.
How do you feel you've evolved as an artist over the past 10 years?
I've just always kind of followed my nose, so what seems exciting or there's never been kind of a master plan or really any sense of kind of progress or whatever. It's just something, just following the thing that seems exciting. And it's, now looking back and thinking that it was 10 years ago since my first record came out, it's pretty surreal and pretty, it's amazing to me to look back and think, wow, look at all the different kind of dots that kind of spots along the way that I kind of visited. But it's great. It's a really good feeling.
So I would just like to ask you, what was your concept with the album Swim? Did you have like an underlying theme?
Well, I did actually. I mean, this is kind of almost the first record that I made that had some kind of coherent idea tying it together. And it was that kind of aesthetic idea of having the music sound liquid or fluid, like having all the parts kind of wash around from one place to another, or behave like waves or like a fluid in some way.
What made you choose Caribou as a band name?
I used to be called Manitoba. I got sued and I had to change my name had to choose another name. And I was kind of disgruntled that Manitoba is the name of a Canadian province. And I felt like I wanted a name. I'd chosen it because it represented somehow the kind of remoteness and the Canadianness of whatever, that something about my childhood or where I grew up or whatever. So I wanted a name that still carried those kind of connections, those kind of connotations. And Caribou is a very kind of, there are lots of caribou in Manitoba, for example. So it was kind of a name that has all those same kind of associations for me.
Do you miss Canada a lot now that you're living over in London and touring all the time?
We're there quite a lot on tour, and then also when I'm not on tour, I'm there quite a lot with friends, family, and stuff. So I'm really happy. I really kind of get the best of all worlds, getting to travel around a lot and also live in London, which is a great city, and be in Toronto a lot, which is a great city, and where my friends are and stuff. So, a lot of my old friends are living here. So, yeah, I can't complain. Things are great.
Do you find a lot of bands when you go on tour, traveling in other countries? And
yeah, well, I mean, we do definitely both kind of local bands and also at the show in Miami, we're playing with ARP, who's an awesome musician and who we're doing a few shows with. And we've also been doing some shows with a band called Emeralds. And earlier in the year, we played with a band, Toro y Moi. And, that we get to not only the kind of local bands every night or whatever, but we also kind of get to travel around with other artists that we kind of have things in common with or whatever. So it's great for all those reasons.
Do you have any projects that you're working on right now? I know you said you're not really recording because you're on tour, but any projects or any goals and plans that you have that you'd like to reach in the next couple of months or year or so?
Well, I guess the upcoming thing that's related to Swim, anyways, there's an album of remixes that's coming out at the beginning of November, which is kind of all lots of the people who inspired me, dance music producers who inspired me making the album. Swim, I then got them to do remixes of the tracks on Swim. So it turned out so amazingly that I'm really excited about that. That's coming up soon. And then I guess it's going to be a little while before I get back to making music once we finish touring in December. But I'm already excited about starting something new.